You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. It is Monday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew, along with Grande and the Brown Man. We come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Now, for those of you that are longtime listeners and viewers, you know that I have had a massive emergency in my home. This happened about 2 months ago. Well, has it been that long? Gosh, I can't believe it. I had a leak underneath my house, turned into a ridiculous amount of mold, and the house is kind of old, asbestos. They've torn out all the floors. They've torn out all the kitchen appliances, all the kitchen cabinets, etc. The only thing that works in my house is my office, which is where I broadcast from every day, my laundry room, which is something I use like practically every day, and the garage, which is kind of the way I get in and out of the house. Well, as it turns out, today I go from my rental property here in Carmel Valley back to my house in Solana Beach to work, and the electric is out everywhere in Del Mar and Solana Beach. No traffic lights, no office buildings, homes. I'm getting messages on my phone from SDG&E, from Spectrum Cable about outages. So for those of you that are listening, you won't know the difference. For those of you that are watching, you see that I'm in a completely different space. This is where I'm at. I'm just kind of giving you a heads up where I'm at. Grande, Brown Man, I hope we can get through today. Normal day. It was like total emergency mode. This was like, Grande, I don't know if I'm making the show. I'm so screwed up. And I'm such a panic. You know what I mean? Like, I'm such a panicky, whiny little baby.
You?
I know. It's hard to believe, isn't it, Browner?
Yeah, every time Scott calls, because I was making food when Scott called, so I was like, let me call him back. And he called me again, like right after, and I was like, okay, this guy's losing his mind. Something's going on. And he goes, I'm in total scramble mode, Grande. I'm like, okay, here we go. What's wrong? So
it's Monday.
Yeah, it is Monday. Started. It is Monday. Browner, by the way, before we get going, because I know a lot of people are going to be catching up to us on TV tonight, let everybody see that really cool hoodie. Everybody who saw us on social media said, how do I get one of those Kaplan and Crew hoodies? I've been working with Cousin Nancy. Browner's been working as well. It says the Great Friends Network, established in 2001, kaplanandcrew.com. It's got the sided logo on one side. It's got the mightier 1090 on the other. And you are a model, Browner. You are a complete model, man.
You feel me?
I am feeling
you. Moves in like that.
You looking sharp.
You got to be versatile.
Yeah.
2021 as a man, you have to be very versatile because everybody's doing everything.
By the way, I'm going to tell everybody right now, I've not spoken to Browner since Saturday when we got off the boat, and everybody kind of dispersed. There was talk of an after party at the waterfront downtown. Then there was talk of an after party at Epic Brewing, which was around the corner. Okay. And then there was an after party at Linda's house that Linda was like, hey, I don't want to invite everybody, but if you can invite a couple of people, that would be nice. And so I think a few people were like, okay, I'd like to come. I mean, it turned into everybody dispersed and went in different places. So I can't wait to hear what happened to you after the boat, Browner. But we'll get there coming up. And for those of you that were with us, you'll see the highlights. For those of you that weren't, you'll catch up as well. And it was a great time. And I can't wait. I don't know how you guys felt about this. Let me ask you before we get into the NFL. Didn't this past weekend make you feel like it's time to get back out, do more live appearances, hang with the people, just get back to life? And I know there's this new variant and people are taking the booster shot, but how did it make you guys feel?
I've done the West Coast barbecue events, so I've had this feeling for a while. It's just been interesting to watch it happen in a more massive way because we always get a decent crowd down in Chula Vista at West Coast Barbecue. Shout out to Brian Bushville, but to see it happen in such a more in an off day for one, and such a more larger way with the pregame parties. Shout out to the Bensons. Having people gather there and then start getting the ball rolling. That was awesome, man. That was awesome. Bob Roush looked at me at one point and was like, hey, man, I got these hotels. I've been trying to get you guys to do something. So, Bob, I told you, don't call Scott. Call me. If you want it to happen, call me. As you can clearly see, on Mondays, he gets frazzled. So Saturday is not the best time for you to have a conversation with him.
My son saw Bob Roush, first time he's ever met him or that he can remember. And he's like, God, Dad, I thought Bob Roush was like 6'5" because he looks at his picture on his social media
Same.
and he's like, he's got this long neck and the way the picture is shot upwards, I thought he was like 6'5". Bob's like 5'6". Oh,
Mhm.
Alex, you also thought he was super tall?
Yeah, I was under the impression that he was a much taller person. That was very surprising. I was under the impression that Bill Hagan was not as tall as Browner. That threw me off for a while. Like I was, like, it's like you said, Scott. It's really cool to put like actual faces to these names and voices that we've heard for so long, including people like Bill Hagan that I've met once, at your house.
Yeah.
So yeah, all that was very fun.
Yeah. I haven't seen Bill Hagan in a really long time in person. So that was great for me too. And it was even better. Forget Bill
I think it
Hagan.
was good for him too to see us, by the way.
Yeah. I could care less about Bill Hagan. You know who I like? Christina Hagan. I like his wife. In fact, when I start to hang out with Bill and Christina in a real life world, you talk about calling me, don't call me. I'm calling her. You have no idea. This turned into like the girls all loving each
Dude,
other,
I saw that.
The wives are like ready to party at all times. Like your GF, Gary Cooper's wife, Don Benson's wife, like Lord, like they were all ready to party, dude. They're ready to go.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk more about the boat cruise and next level sailing and what happened this weekend coming up in a matter of moments. But before we do, let's get into what happened around the NFL yesterday. I'll start it off kind of globally here. Let me ask you guys a question. And look,
Question?
here comes a question. And I'll start off by saying this. We'll probably have a better even better answer tomorrow. Because tonight the Rams play the Cardinals. And if the Rams somehow on the road upset the Cardinals, the Rams are very much back in the playoff race. And they're possibly still looking at maybe winning the division. And they're possibly still looking at maybe hosting a playoff game. If the Rams lose tonight to the Cardinals will maintain and have a greater lead in the division. Don't sleep on
And the
San
conference.
Francisco and the conference. Don't sleep on San Francisco, by the way, in the NFC West. But Arizona will be in control with a win tonight. So I'll start off by just asking you guys the question we kind of seem to start with every Monday. Who's good? Who did you see yesterday around the NFL that today on Monday you say, you know what? They're good.
Scott, let me start by taking something you said, but for a different team. The Chiefs are back.
Whoa,
The Chiefs
whoa,
are back.
whoa.
That is my first impression. They're winning with defense, and yesterday they motorboated the Raiders all over Arrowhead Stadium. The Chiefs are officially a scary team again. They are back.
Okay.
I would say the Raiders are done more than I would say I love the Chiefs. I would say the Raiders are more done than the Chiefs are back. I would say the Packers are really good. And I know it sucks.
No,
for
they
me to
beat
say
you
this out
guys
loud.
though.
I know, but it's the way that they did. The Chicago Bears had everything go perfect for them in the first half. And I mean everything. They scored 28 points. They were by 6 points at halftime. And I mean everything. Return kick for touchdowns, 2 touchdowns for your rookie quarterback. Your defense had 3 sacks in the first half. They were only up by 6 points. Within 2 possessions of the third quarter, they were up by 8 points. Like, you're supposed to beat bad teams. And not like with a field goal, like how people have beaten the Lions. I'm talking about drub them like 45 points. That's what you're supposed to do to bad teams. And that's what the Packers did. They've been the most consistent team throughout the year. Aaron Rodgers had this little tiff with the toe and the COVID and the vaccination, not vaccinated, immunized. But they've been consistent throughout the entire year. More than only other team more consistent than them have been the Cardinals, and they beat the Cardinals.
All right, let me throw this out at you guys, okay? So the Packers beat the Bears. Are you impressed with that win?
I was.
Mm,
The way
No,
that
I
they
was
beat them.
actually, yeah, I was actually almost disappointed in the Packers because I just felt like they were ready to get got. The Bears just don't have any weapons to do it.
They got nothing
Like
to
they
get
were
'em
like
with.
it felt like another Vikings Packers game. Like this Packers team was ready to be beat. They just so happened to be playing a very incompetent quarterback coach combo.
Okay. All right,
I wouldn't say quarterback coach combo. I would say
but
coach.
let me keep going though. Let me keep going. Let me ask you guys if these teams are good. You ready? Are the San Francisco 49ers all of a sudden good?
No.
I don't trust Jimmy Garoppolo enough to say they're good because their defense is healthy and
They
they
get
can
hurt too
run
much.
they can run the ball for 200 yards a game, but every game, like watch 49ers games. He will make a terrible throw and put that team in a terrible spot. And he did it again yesterday. They blew a big lead. Like, I don't trust Jimmy Garoppolo. I just don't.
Okay, so San Francisco has worked their way back into the playoff picture. They beat the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll talk AFC here in just 1 second. So you're not impressed with Green Bay's win because all they did was beat a bad Chicago team, and everything, as Browner said, went right for the Bears in the first half of the game. We'll talk more in detail coming up in a minute. You're not that impressed with San Francisco's win over Cincinnati. Okay, but let me ask you this. Tampa Bay.
I'm impressed by the win, but I just don't trust Jimmy Garoppolo.
Okay, let me go to Tampa Bay. Do you think Tampa Bay's good?
Yes. But am I worried about them? No. They have a lot of holes. That defense is supposed to be great. It's not.
I am the opposite with the Bucks as I am with the 49ers. And what I mean by that is if you put Tom Brady on the 49ers, that team probably wins 16 games. Like Tom Brady carries the Bucks so often.
Yes.
That I will never discount him the way you don't discount the Patriots. I cannot discount Tom Brady. He's playing at a crazy level that I think he can just put them in any game, anytime.
And just remember, the Buccaneers were in total control against the Bills yesterday. And the Bills made a massive comeback to tie the game. And it took overtime and a walk-off touchdown throw from Brady to ultimately win the game for Tampa. But I would say this. San Francisco's win over Cincinnati, it's a good win because San Francisco wasn't very good early. And Cincinnati, we've been trying to figure them out all year. So San Francisco's win over Cincinnati, it's okay. Green Bay's win over Chicago, not really that impressive given what Chicago is, right?
Right. It's expected.
But Tampa's win over Buffalo, not that I didn't expect them to beat Buffalo. Buffalo's just one of those teams. They're in every game. They're pretty good. Earlier in the season, we thought they were better than they are just in terms of results. They don't get blown out. They made a massive comeback on the road. Tampa's win over Buffalo is so much more impressive than Green Bay's win over Chicago, so much more impressive than San Francisco's win over Cincinnati. And I'll just keep going. So much more impressive than Dallas's win over Washington.
Oh, that was terrible.
Dallas isn't very good, are they? They're not good, right?
No.
They're a playoff team just because they're in that division.
Right. And let me say this too. The Bills are the Vikings. I know Alex is probably going to disagree with that, but the Bills are the Vikings. The Vikings are a couple of plays at the end of the game from being in the same position as the Bills. I think we elevated the Bills so much because of Josh Allen and what we saw Josh Allen becoming. And that appears to be slowing. That train seems to be slowing down.
I think I agree with you as far as results go.
Yes.
They have heartbreaking results.
Yes.
The problem with the Bills is they are so one-dimensional on offense. They just refuse to try and have a run game with their running backs. They just rely, like you watched the game yesterday.
Yeah.
How many designed runs for Josh Allen in crucial situations?
Yeah.
I think that coach, Sean McDermott, is way over his head. Like way over his head. He's getting out-coached a lot.
Weekly.
And he has given up. He's just given up on the run game.
Yeah.
Totally.
All right, so let me go over to the AFC because tonight I think because we're gonna have the same conversation tomorrow between Arizona and LA. Because if Arizona wins, we're gonna say Arizona's good. If LA loses, we're gonna say that was expected because Arizona's already beat the Rams in SoFi. I think it's gonna be real hard for the Rams, who they don't have any quality wins. One quality win all season long against Tampa, so I'm gonna be curious tomorrow what we think about Arizona. No, I'm wrong.
I completely disagree with you.
Which part?
Whether or not the Rams will be looked at as they should have won this game. The Rams built their team on star players. Star players show up tonight. These are the games where star players show you this is why we paid. This is why we traded for Von Miller, regardless of what you think is left of him. The corpse of Von Miller. We traded for. We got Odell Beckham Jr. These are the games where they need to show up big time. And if they don't, then this experiment has failed.
Okay. So by tomorrow, we may be saying Arizona's really good. We may be saying that the Rams are toast. But if the Rams win tonight, we may be saying that the Rams have been a bit underrated because of their schedule, and that maybe the Cardinals have been a bit overrated. I'm going to make my prediction right now. I don't think it's even that close. I think Arizona wins the game going away.
Yeah, they don't have Darrell Henderson tonight either, right? The running back, he goes on the COVID list.
Yeah.
I don't. I wasn't going to pick the Rams in the first place. Now I'm definitely not good because Sean McVay is going to abandon the run too.
Yeah.
Quick.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But of the 3 teams remaining in the NFC before you switch,
Yeah. Keep going.
but not including the NFC West tonight,
Yeah.
Packers, Bucks, and the other team we talked about,
Niners.
Who do you like the most?
I like the Bucks.
Same.
See, I like the Packers more.
Well, if it comes down to Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady in the NFC Championship, I think we'd all take that. You know.
Yeah.
Go to the other side though. Go to the other side. Here goes.
Yeah.
Okay. This is just from yesterday. Kansas City. Now we're talking about teams that have impressive wins versus not impressive wins. Okay. Kansas City beats up on the Raiders. It's the second time they've pounded on them this year. Now, you tell me.
In a span of a month.
Yeah,
Bad too.
Right.
Dude, 41-14 and 48-9.
Right. So you tell me, are the Kansas City Chiefs all of a sudden good again, which I think record-wise they are. They've positioned themselves now because next week's going to be great. Kansas City against the Chargers next week.
It's Thursday.
Thursday,
which is
baby.
great because the Chargers beat up on a really bad Giants team. So I'll throw it to you this way. Are the Chiefs good because they beat up on a bad Raiders team? Yes or no?
No.
I mean, they're good because they've beat up on almost every team like recently.
They
Their
survived.
defense-
Other than the Raiders, they've survived these games. They've
I would say
clobbered
that-
the Raiders.
Yeah, sure, but I think their defense has been incredibly impressive. Like,
Yes.
3 straight games of not allowing double digits, 9-9-9. That's pretty good.
Okay, so we think Kansas City's good. I do. Are you impressed with the Chargers' 37-21 win over the New York Giants yesterday? I mean, the Giants are horrible.
Absolutely. So are the
Yeah,
Raiders.
I am though.
So are the Raiders.
I am though
fair.
because we've seen the Chargers historically do stupid things against bad teams. And yesterday, I mean, it's really like when Justin Herbert is good,
Mm-hmm.
he's really freaking
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
You're like, God damn, that dude is freaking good. And when
Right.
he's not, he looks like a young second-year quarterback sometimes. But like yesterday, some of the throws he was
Oh,
doing,
dude.
Mm.
I mean, listen, again,
it's impossible to hate on that. So
You-
you're like, when am I going to come in here? There's no possible thing I could hate on the way he did yesterday.
my son told me yesterday, my 21-year-old son told me, I hate the Chargers, but Justin Herbert is my favorite player in the NFL.
It's amazing.
That's what he told me. And I said, yeah.
I'm
I
not
said,
going that far,
I said he's hard to not like,
The
regardless
throws.
of who he plays for.
Yeah.
The throws that he makes, some of the plays that he makes along the way. I saw somebody sent me a tweet yesterday and said, hey, you think that the Chargers are still not number one in San Diego? He goes, watch every local newscast lead with the
Yep.
Chargers beating the Giants. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's not really surprising to me.
Two,
I mean-
the thing that we talked about on this show before that game was what will they do without their top 2 receivers? Again,
Well,
against
but
the
Mike
bad
Williams
Giants
came
They
team.
had one.
But Mike Williams
They
came
had
back.
Mike Williams.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen, their best receiver, arguably gone,
Yeah.
and Mike Williams wasn't really that big of a factor. That thing was all around everywhere.
No,
Yeah.
he made some
It was-
plays, though.
he spread it
He
around.
did, he
Yeah.
did,
Spread
but
it
that thing
around.
was everywhere.
Yeah. But, okay, so not overly impressed with the Chargers win against the Giants, even though they put up a good performance, but the Giants are just terrible. Kansas City beats up on the Raiders. The Raiders are terrible. How about the Browns beating the Ravens yesterday?
Ugh.
No, Lamar
Doesn't
left.
count.
Okay. All right,
I
because
didn't
Lamar
even
left
watch
early.
that game once
Lam-
Lamar
And
Jackson
And there's
got
already
hurt.
have you texted your boy AVP, the coordinator there?
I haven't.
Because there's already reports
Yeah.
of Baker Mayfield and Kevin Stefanski not getting along with the play calling.
Oh. Well, that's not a big surprise to me.
I don't think either of those teams go anywhere. Listen, I love Lamar Jackson. I really do. I think he's fun to watch. They're just too hurt.
Can't keep
They
playing.
just got nothing right now, dude. Like they're struggling. Like they're so injured that I don't think, despite their record at 8 wins, I don't think they're going anywhere. They're just too
Somebody
hurt.
in Lamar Jackson's circle needs to show him footage of Cam Newton these past 2 weekends ago. That's going to be you, dude. If you don't stop, they have to change the offense to where he's not running every third play.
Yeah. And then Tennessee beating up on Jacksonville yesterday, 20-zip. I mean, that doesn't do anything for me. It's one of those weird weekends where, teams that we think are good won games,
Right.
but beat bad teams,
Yeah.
So
What
really
did you-
interesting.
What did you think of the reports out of Jacksonville? Because you
love
had the luxury of being on the
Inject it to your veins.
Yeah.
you've had the luxury of being on the sideline and kind of knowing what a bad sideline feels like at some of these games. That sideline's got to be atrocious.
Oh, dude, sideline, locker room, meeting rooms, just walking into the facility on a day like today, it's got to all be bad. But don't go anywhere, Urban Meyer. You're entertaining us all. Hold on. I want to get back to more and get into a little bit more detail on some of these games that we're talking about. Stick around. Let me have 1 minute, though, to talk about one of our great sponsors here on the show. And I'll start off with West Coast Barbecue Shop, westcoastbbqshop.com, and our man, Brian Bushfield. Guys, how great was it to see Brian and his mom come out on the boat with us, rocking the Kaplan and Crew hoodies, and talking to everybody. Hey, if you need anything, come on down. We got you. We'll take good care of you. It was so great to have Brian and his mom be part of the show, be part of the event on Saturday. And I always love watching listeners and sponsors shaking hands, hugging it out. Hey, I'm going to come down and see you. Do you have this? I'm looking for this. That's why we do it. How awesome was it to have Brian and mom?
Yeah. I don't know how much you actually talked to Brian on the boat, but I talked to him a lot, because we had to sit down to depart and come back, and I sat next to him. One, he bailed you out. He's going to deliver a grill himself and bring some stuff to my house, and we're going to film a lot of video. And then two, not only is he a part of the show, he wants to be more of a part of the show, Scott. He wants to have a sit down with the three of us, and he wants all in on the show.
I know he does. And listen, we want him to be as much a part of it as he wants to be. We so appreciate you, Bri. And we tell everybody, westcoastbbqshop.com. You want to visit with him in person, 2330 Proctor Valley Road. Come on down and visit. He got everything you need for the grilling season. Coming up, let's do this. Let's take a quick break from football. We'll get back to it. Let's show everybody what happened this past weekend. Let's talk about this boat trip.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View. Featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Rich Eisen here, inviting you to catch my show, The Rich Eisen Show, on our flagship radio station, the mightier 1090. We're on every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to noon Pacific time. You'll like what you hear. If not, that's just, I guess, too bad.
A new generation of radio. The all-new and mightier 1090.
These are challenging times for our community.
The San Diego Food Bank and our North County Food Bank chapter are here if you need help. We have hundreds of locations throughout the county where you can get help with food.
We have food.
It's okay to ask for help. Visit one of our drive-through and walk-up locations.
We can also help you sign up for CalFresh.
If you need help or if you can help, visit SanDiegoFoodBank.org.
Watch your San Diego State Aztecs take on the San Diego Christian Hawks. December 28th at 6 p.m. live from the Viejas Arena.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great googly moogly. Oh, yeah. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon, where your trade-in is always worth more. Just off I-8 in El Cajon. Time now for Kaplan and Crew tonight's Community Connect. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon. And by Prospect Home Finance.
Last month, the Orange County Soccer Club hosted its second Corporate Cup, pitting local businesses against one another in a competitive round-robin soccer tournament, with the finalists playing at Championship Stadium after the Orange County SC home game on Wednesday, October 20th.
Really a great opportunity to get our whole company and our families out here together, spending time for a good cause and really enjoying it.
Co-ed teams from a variety of industries showed up at the Great Park Fields in Irvine to participate in the charity tournament, with the proceeds going to the OCSC Community Foundation to help further its mission to use soccer as a vehicle to promote health and wellness, support and empower youth, foster an inclusive environment, and unify the local community.
We feel great about giving back to our community. Experian is a company that tries to give back in many ways, and just being able to support this cause is awesome. Anything that we can do to kind of support Orange County, we're all about it.
It was a fun day out on the field with 16 teams battling it out for bragging rights to see who moved on to the finals.
They've been taking it pretty seriously so far. A lot of them have been practicing in the weeks leading up. They've got their own custom jerseys, and you can tell they're having a great time just getting out of the office on a Friday on a beautiful day here at the Orange County Great Park.
The team members were extremely excited and passionate. We got more than expected entries, and we had to tell people then just show up and cheer the team.
Participating companies were also treated to meet and greets and private coaching sessions with OCSC players and coaches.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's Community Connect is fueled by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Hey, Dave Smith here. Make sure you listen to my show on the Mightier 1090, 6 to 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday night. The only local sports talk in all of Southern California on the weekends, right here on the Mightier 1090.
The all-new and Mightier 1090.
Food insecurity is defined as not having sufficient resources to buy food either for yourself or for your family. Folks who are food insecure struggle with not having enough food to eat because maybe they lost their jobs. It is important to not just look at one person as being food insecure, but really looking at them as it could be anyone. The San Diego Food Bank has been around for over 40 years. Our job is to help procure food for San Diego County residents to make sure that no one is going to bed hungry. Accessing food from the San Diego Food Bank is very simple. A lot of our distributions right now are operating as drive-through distributions, so they are safe to attend if you are concerned with getting out of your vehicle and walking into a food pantry. The San Diego Food Bank needs your continued support. Please visit our website at sandiegofoodbank.org, and there you will see all of the different ways that you too can get involved.
There's a difference between just getting there and enjoying the journey. At Team Mazda of El Cajon, we put you in the driver's seat of the best cars around. From our stylish crossover SUVs to our classic sedans and sports cars. At Team Mazda of El Cajon, your good credit and trade-in can turn into the Mazda of your dreams. Start enjoying your drive with a new Mazda today. Visit Team Mazda of El Cajon.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
University of San Diego men's basketball dominated Cal Lutheran on Saturday. The Toreros never trailed in the game, getting the win 84-55. Marcellus Erlington had 23 points and a career-high 16 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. He shot 9 of 16 from the floor. Wayne McKinney got his first start of the season and had 17 points for the second consecutive game. He went 4 of 8 from the three-point line. TJ Berger and Bryce Monroe were also big contributors for USD. Berger had a career-high 13 points, while Monroe had 11 points. Next up for USD is Northern Arizona in the Colangelo Classic on Saturday. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance. Brought to you by Prospect Home Finance. Fast, friendly, affordable. Watch your San Diego State Aztecs take on the San Diego Christian Hawks. December 28th at 6 p.m. live from the Viejas Arena.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Great friends, we welcome you back to the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Come on down to 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown San Diego, the beautiful Bay of Chula Vista, a smoke-free environment, blackjack and poker and table games, and Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. What a great spot this holiday season. If you're looking for something fun to do, you got a little time off, or you got people coming into town, what am I going to do with these folks? Come on down to 7 Mile Casino, and you can visit their website, 7milecasino.com. Okay, it's Kaplan and Crew. We're just getting back onto the airwaves of 1090, back onto the stream of YouTube, back onto television tonight, Channel 4 San Diego, Channel 4 Santa Barbara, Channel 118 Palos Verdes in Orange County, all part of the Cox Your View network. And as always, you can catch up to us on any of the audio podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, Amazon Music, and others I don't even know about. All right, fellas, Grande, Brown Man, I want to say something to you guys. I think Saturday, with Next Level Sailing, Captain Troy, Captain Fathom, their amazing crew, the Yacht America, I honestly believe it was the greatest promotion, grassroots, handshaking, hangout session that we've ever done with the great friends. We've done this before where we've done a live radio broadcast. We've done this before where we've had a massive band on the boat. The reason I think this one was so much better than those other ones was without the band, there was a lot more space. And by the way, I love the band. Okay. I love Yacht Rock and I love Austin, Linda's husband, but it took up a lot of room and it was really, really loud. One, I love that we didn't do the radio show, even though that was a fun thing to do, to broadcast live and stream the radio show live from, because who knew if it was going to work. I thought that was fun, but not having that meant we had a chance to mingle and talk and hang out with everybody. And I thought this was the best one we've ever done, where we've taken sponsors like Ruthie from Torrey Holistics, or the Docs from iThrive, or Gary Cooper and his team from Mountain Trust, or Brian Bushfield from West Coast BBQ Shop, and the list goes on and on. I thought the fact that we had the listeners and we had the sponsors and we didn't have a band taking up space and being loud and we didn't have a radio show going on where we had to focus. I just thought all in all, I wonder what you guys think. All in all, Saturday with Next Level Sailing was the best one we've ever done. What do you guys think?
I thought it was, I absolutely thought it was very high bar, but we had so much success the other times that we've done it as well. I think the difference was we were detached from a broadcast. And so we were able to actually like interchange and indulge and engage with all the people and just have a good time ourselves. Because I ran into you guys during the boat. You guys seemed like you were having a great time. And that was void last time because we spent most of the cruise working.
Yeah. Yeah. What'd you think, Grande?
Yeah, same, man. This is their time, and one of them, I wasn't there. I was in the studio. So, and then the other one, we were stuck, on the broadcast. But it was great to meet everybody. And I know I said I wasn't shaking any more hands for the rest of my life, but I threw that rule out the window. I think I shook everybody's freaking hand on that boat.
Me too.
And I sanitized the hell out of it in the bathroom. But still, it was a really good time to see everybody, to meet people, from sponsors to just the people that make this show possible. It was awesome. And I think we should do that from now on, is no show and just have a good time.
I agree. And I actually made me think a lot this past weekend about the future of things that we should be doing off the air with great friends, because, this whole thing on Saturday was free. You got the hoodie for you and your guest. You got ball caps that said "Cited" all over them. You got the cruise. You got the beer. I mean, there was no expense to anyone. At the end of the day, we said, look, if you feel inspired and you'd like to help out Fat Tony and, make San Diego smile. Listen, Alex, you should put this up on the screen one more time for everybody. Tomorrow evening, Browner and I will be down in Chula Vista at 7:00 at the Walmart, because we're going to take 100 kids. We're going to give all 100 kids a $100 Walmart gift card, and we're going to set them free in the store to go get gifts for themselves or gifts for their family. It's the 3rd annual Christmas shopping spree. It's December 14th at the Chula Vista Walmart. It starts at 7 o'clock. The website is makingsandiegosmile.org, makingsandiegosmile.org. If you feel charitable at this time of the year, if you want to do something for somebody else, if you said, hey, it's been a good year for me and I'd like to help somebody else, I want to pay it forward, you can make a donation. Alex, will you tell everybody about the Venmo for Fat Tony?
Yeah, so it's the Venmo's at Making San Diego Smile on Venmo. So if you do it today, if they go, we're only $400 short. But if they go over, that means they get to bring more kids. So it doesn't just have to be 100 kids. So you can go donate there. And then Tony texts me just right now that Padre legend Daniel Camarena will be in attendance.
He is a legend for sure. I mean, when
He's no longer a Padre,
Yeah.
but he's a Padre legend.
Right. I mean, when Max Scherzer threw that ball and
Yeah.
Camarena hit a grand slam and the
Yeah.
Padres came back this year and beat the Washington Nationals, when Camarena was making his Padres and Major League debut and his family sitting out in the outfield and they see a relief pitcher, hit a bomb home run. I remember exactly where I was. I was in a bar in Encinitas watching that night. And it was that is a legendary moment from this past season, and it added to the Slam Diego part of it. Daniel Camarena coming on Monday night. That's really, really cool. So look, our goal is to raise $10,000 so that we have 100 kids who all get a $100 gift card. If we can raise more than 10,000, we've got schools waiting in the wings with kids who are underserved and underprivileged, who they're ready to bring these kids to the Chula Vista Walmart. So we're only about $400 short. We'll have this thing filled by the time we get off the air today. Maybe we'll go above and beyond the 10,000 and we'll be able to help more than just 100 kids this holiday season. So I just loved it. I just thought the whole event Saturday was amazing. Alex, if you could, this is completely unscripted. Nobody knows where you're going with this. Just throw pictures up on YouTube, throw pictures up for social media, and let's me, you, and Browner take a look at what we had going on here this past Saturday.
Sure. Well, we had the tailgate first, which was the Don Benson, Lori Benson tailgate, where everybody got their hoodies and everybody got their drinks. People started getting robes.
Yeah. I got to say, Eric Frosty the Robe Man, you did such a great job. Everybody wanted these robes. If you put up these pictures, Alex, and maybe you put all three of us on screen and you put the pictures up as well. We had a pregame tailgate. Don and Lori Benson are such fantastic listeners and great friends, have become friends in real life. They showed up, man. They had tables and they had made homemade margaritas and cheeses and meats.
Strong margaritas.
Oh, those margaritas were really good. I had a couple of them before we got on the boat.
Fans.
Yeah.
They were. My fiance was like, "Can we bring that cooler on the boat?"
Yeah, which we did. Those margaritas were really good.
Very good.
But Don and Lori did such a great job with the pregame. And then if you start putting up pictures, we can start commenting on what we're seeing. Go back to the first one if you don't mind. Just go back. This is the first one you had was Juliana Guidi. Juliana has been a longtime listener to the show. She's a participant in the YouTube chat, and she did not get a ticket to go on the boat. But I told her, come down. There's going to be extra spaces. People are going to bail. She had come down. She's like, I can't go. She had her beautiful sister with her as well. They were going home to watch the UFC fights Saturday night. So she had a whole party of people coming to her place. But Juliana, it was so sweet of you to come down and at least say hello before the boat took off. Wasn't that
Shout
cool,
out.
guys?
Yeah, it was also nice that because I totally forgot the guest list here, I thought I airdropped it to myself, and I airdropped an old list. So Browner making the announcement of, hey, honor system, if you don't have a pass, like, be honest about it because we don't have the list. So that was nice of her.
Yeah.
But we did have some space, it looked like.
We did. We had a little bit of extra space. So Juliana comes down.
I talked
hangs
to
out.
this guy for a long time, Michael Ombacher.
Yeah, there's Michael and his wife. I wish I knew her name. I don't recall it. Michael is wearing a Padres hockey jersey that he made on his own. And yeah, what a great guy this guy is. What were you guys talking about, Grande?
Just how a lot of people said the same thing, man, that, when 1090 went off the air, they loved it. Like, it was like the best iteration of 1090, from the lineup that we had at the time, and how he got super bummed out when we went off. But the fact that we never went off, he just followed us everywhere we went. He followed the other shows as well. So I was just like, you hear that story a lot, but like just hearing it in person, it's cool that people just followed us.
You know what was really cool? If you put Michael back up on the screen for 1 second for those that are watching, this guy comes up to me and he has been such a loyal listener. And what I love about this guy is he's a supporter of the sponsor. So he'll tell me, I use Corky's for my pest control. This is the guy, Michael, who pointed. He goes, see that doctor over there from iThrive? He goes, I drop my drawers for that guy once a week, which I thought was really cute. Not to mention, Michael also told me that his wife is now getting services at iThrive. And I don't know what sort of aesthetic services she's using, but it's not just for men, it's for women as well. So he was such a supportive guy of all of our sponsors, which I thought was really, really great. And all right, keep going. Show me some more pictures here, Alex.
Yeah. So now we get on the boat.
Oh my! Oh, this is
The
trouble.
wrecking crew.
This is
The
trouble
wrecking
right here.
crew.
This is such
That's the lady
trouble
who
right
stole
here.
my gummies. No, that's not her. That's not
Oh no,
her.
That's not her.
So
That was her friend.
Right. So Lori Benson on the left, my girlfriend Rachel in the middle, and this is Christina Hagen, who is Bill Hagen, the owner of 1090's wife. First time I've ever met her. She
was nice. She
was
was very
so
nice.
much fun. She was such a blast, such a great personality, and gorgeous, by the way. You talk about out kicking your coverage. Bill Hagen, I don't know what it is about that guy. Money. I don't know what else it is about him that he got a beautiful woman like this.
That helps.
Yeah.
Money helps.
But man, she's great. So much fun. By the end of the night, she and Rachel, my girlfriend, they were all, and Lori, the three of them were all exchanging phone numbers. We're getting together. We're having happy hour. I mean, those three, that was
Alex,
trouble.
we'll never get invited to the table of six.
Oh,
We
our
just lost
spots got
out.
taken.
Yeah,
Our
we
spots
just
got
lost
taken.
out. It's over.
Really?
It's official now. Stamp it.
Really?
Boom.
You guys are done? You guys are
Yeah,
out?
we're done. We're never getting in now.
It's now the Bensons, the Kaplans, and the Hagens. You guys are
That's
out?
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
I think
definitely
the
out
fact
now.
the fact that I got invited to Linda's was a minor miracle too.
Well, not only that you got invited to Linda's, but nobody had a bigger crew than Grande. I mean, Grande showed up with a serious entourage.
I told Linda, I was like, listen, dude, I am with people. It's just like, so she's like,
I'm
well,
with
who?
people.
And she's like, well, who? And I told her who. She's like, love them. And she's like, okay. And then she sent me like this great text yesterday about how I surround myself with like the right. I don't know. She just really liked the people that showed up at her house. Like, so
Yeah.
I every time I bring a little crew, I'm always like, someone's home.
Your crew,
you know?
no, your crew was awesome, dude. First of all, everybody loves Mari, your fiance, but your cousin. What is your cousin's name?
Lori.
She's an angel. I loved her boyfriend too. What's his name?
Luis.
This guy's like the biggest fan of the show. He drove down from Oxnard to come on the boat.
Yeah.
Guy is great.
He texts me every day about something that Browner says. Like every day. He's your biggest fan / hater, Browner. Like he is hilarious. Dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, keep going. Show us some more pictures from Saturday.
So now we're on the boat, and Eric the rope guy started handing
Oh my
them out.
God. No. That's not what happened. Eric the robe
That's not
guy.
what happened.
Eric the robe guy wanted everybody to enjoy his robes. So he had them embroidered that says, I'm on a boat. And what you got here is Eric's wife is down here on the right. She's the one with the hat on. Then Lori Benson, then Linda Welby, then Christina Hagen, then Captain Fathom, then my girlfriend Rachel, and then this young lady right here, Alex. I spent a lot of time chatting with her at the end of the night because her
Meredith.
boyfriend is the guy who didn't recognize you without the glasses.
And she was giving him the business for it too, by the way.
Right. And I guess Eric and Meredith were such a hit that Linda invited them to her house.
Oh yeah, they were great. But look at Frosty the Road Man in the background. Frosty the Road Man. So what happened was Rachel went and got every robe from the boat and then got all these beautiful women. And she's like, come on, girls, everybody's going to put on a robe and we're all going to take pictures. Because she was like, doing what she does, organizing, being the life of the party. Look at the picture of downtown San Diego in the background. What a gorgeous shot. This guy, Eric the robe guy. Let me tell you a quick story about this guy. He comes on the show last week. And by the way, we're going to do this more this week where we show you and introduce you to great friends who have companies that you might enjoy for holiday gift ideas. Like this guy right here with the pure hydration bottle. I'm loving this thing with the cap that gives you like an idea of your hydration throughout the day. This guy, Frosty the Robe guy, tells me his grandmother's 101 years old. She's so worried about her grandson. He's a lifelong bartender. When's he going to ever make anything of himself? He says that he showed his grandmother his appearance on the show last week on YouTube. And all of a sudden, grandma thinks this guy's a superstar and he's going places now. And he's telling me this story. And his wife comes up to me and she pulls me off to the side. And she goes, can I talk to you for a second? I said, sure. We start chatting. She's like, you don't understand what you've done for my husband. That he has so much confidence right now. All he did was meet with you off air and come on the show and promote the robes. And he has so much confidence that he's really, really going someplace now in business and in life. And I said, hey, Frosty the Robe Man, I love your story. I love your product. I love your passion. And dude, you're a great friend. And so I was really, really excited to hear these stories from people. It's wonderful. It's appreciated. All right, Alex, keep showing us some more pictures from Saturday. Oh, here it is. This is my favorite picture. We tried to get everybody in one giant selfie. This is so great. I don't know if we got
We got half.
everybody.
We got half.
Yeah. But I just see everybody here. I see
Look
your
at Toby
boy.
like he about to fall off the boat.
Oh, who looks that way?
On the right,
Oh,
Toby looks
Joe.
like he about to fall
No,
off
Joe
the boat.
Rigby.
That's Joe Rigby.
Oh yeah.
God, you are so bad
You're the
with
worst,
names.
dude.
It's just embarrassing.
Toby wasn't there, man.
Right. Alex in the middle, his boy Alex next to him, Linda Welby, Fat Tony, Al Long, the Glenny family. I see myself. Oh, Louis Cepeda right there. Browner in the middle. Cousin next to you, Alex. Captain Fathom. Michael Ambacher. Joe Rigby. Joe Cabral. Shout out to Joe Cabral, the man. I love that guy. There's just so many smiling faces with the city of San Diego in the background. What a great picture this is, dude. This is the ultimate picture. This says everything you need to know. Listen, if you're on radio right now, please either watch the television show tonight or come watch the YouTube show. For those of you that are watching on TV and you're probably thinking the same thing that a lot of other people are, like, that looked like a hell of a lot of fun. I can't believe I missed it. Browner, show everybody that hoodie because they're about to go on sale on kaplanandcrew.com. I know people want them. We've discounted them. Alex says $40 is kind of his number. So we've made it $40 for the hoodie. I'm trying to figure out the shipping and handling. I don't want to lose money on the deal, but I'm not trying to gouge anybody either, you know? Browner's pissed at me. He wanted the hoodies to cost $45 rather than $40. Why, Browner?
I did. Because I'm about profits. That's why. Breaking even is for people who go out of business, my man.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll make them more if we have more demand. We'll see what the demand is like. We're just putting them on
the
sale
demand
today.
the demand is there. I had multiple people asking me about them, and I was at the bar.
Yeah. Okay, keep going, Alex. What else? Oh, look at this. Now we got videos here.
Oh, pause it right there. Pause it.
Okay, here's Browner. What's
no,
the deal?
with the girl on the right.
The girl on the right.
Yes, her.
Yeah.
I tried to hook your son up, man. I got it. He need one of my classes. I got to teach.
Why? How old is that young lady?
His age.
Who is she?
His age. So the lady on the left behind me, that's her mom on the. That's her mom.
Yeah. How'd they get on the boat?
Don't know. She was a dentist in Mexico. Like these.
Don't know.
I don't know how. I think her husband listens to the show, and her husband invited her, and then the daughter came. But I hit your son and say, yo, you see this girl right here? He's like, yeah. I said, dude, what's the problem? He's like, oh, I don't know. So then here I go. I'm trying to make the situation work, trying to get them in vicinity so they can meet each other, so I can do something to make sure the two of them cross paths. He didn't help out at all, man.
Yeah. All right, I understand. He's kind of shy.
I got to take a class, man. I got him.
The gentleman in the back, Scott.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. He's somebody's
Judge Hopkins.
Yeah, who's he?
An original great friend.
Really?
He is, yes, has been listening to you forever.
He told me the story about he was the first person to hear 690 on the radio.
Yeah, like he is old school. Dude, I am the best man at his daughter's wedding coming up in April.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like a connection that my best buddy is engaged to her, and she meets me and she's like, oh, I think I've heard your name before. She tells her dad who I am. Her dad like freaks out. So I finally got to meet him in person. He's a huge fan of the show and has been for as long as you've been on air. So shout out Judge Hopkins.
Keep us going. Let's see what else we can find here. In terms of pictures. Oh, these are just videos now. I mean, look, you got all the pretty ladies up at the front putting on the robes. You had this beautiful view of San Diego. The sun was setting. The Coronado Bridge and the Midway.
We got so lucky with weather, dude.
Oh, dude.
Lucky.
The weather this
so
weekend
good.
was so incredible.
All
right,
you had another video, didn't you, of
I did like a live video, which was a lot of fun. Oh yeah, here's the live. I think this is the live video. Yeah.
There was like this giant cruise ship.
Oh, dude, this giant cruise ship was coming by. It was so incredible. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, there's my man, Avery Martinez. I love Avery Martinez. He's one of my favorite listeners. I love that guy. I was hanging out with Louis Cepeda, who is just a great guy. Man, everybody here's Bill and his wife, Christina. What a great day, man. Yeah. Oh, there's Captain Troy. That was a good picture.
Also, I got to give a shout out to Louis and his wife for coming over to Waterfront with Molly and myself. Sliders were on deck, chicken wings. The bar was hilariously fun. Long lines in the bathroom for the ladies. That's a different story. They know what I'm talking about. And just the fact that the same guy tried to take home the married couple one by one was pretty interesting as well.
What?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
The same guy tried to take home the married couple?
Yeah. He tried to pick both of them up at separate times.
Who?
Some black guy. Some black guy in the bar.
Oh, I thought he was on the boat.
Not a friend.
No.
That's the one on the boat was trying to take home.
Hey, I want to say this. Of all the people, I didn't mention Gary Cooper. I know Gary's on these pictures and on these videos. It was so interesting because Gary Cooper, Mountain Trust Mortgage and Realty Services, so interesting how many people said to me, you know, one of the things I really have loved about the show this year? I said, tell me. I loved watching Gary come on the show every week. I get nervous, like, oh, people are going to tune out because we're bringing on our sponsors. But you see, I've always believed that you bring the sponsors in and you make them part of the family. And that's how listeners trust the sponsors. This guy told me, he's like, watching Gary help Alex and watching Alex go from renting an apartment in North Park to owning a condo in North Park and seeing Gary have to work his butt off and his whole team work to get it done. He goes, I've called Gary. He goes, he did the same stuff for me that he did for Alex. You have any needs, real estate wise, buying, selling, refinancing, positioning yourself to buy, you call Gary Cooper, 858-376-1299, 858-376-1299. All right, it was a great time. Shout out to Next Level Sailing. We're going to do a lot more with them in January when it becomes whale watching season. Thank you to everybody that was there. Let's get back to the big story from the NFL yesterday. We're coming up on it. This is Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Hey, it's Pharrell here, inviting you to catch my shows on the mightier 1090. We're on twice every Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. and 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific. Trust me, all the other sports stations are sleeping with your wife.
The all-new and mightier 1090.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on Your View or stream it online at yourview.com. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives 2 at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter to soldier and help save more lives. Brought to you by Prospect Home Finance. Fast, friendly, affordable. From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Your View and yourview.com. Your Health is brought to you by Save the Storks. Help us reach the hearts of women with compassion, education, and holistic care. Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
University of San Diego men's basketball dominated Cal Lutheran on Saturday. The Toreros never trailed in the game, getting the win 84-55. Marcellus Erlington had 23 points and a career-high 16 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. He shot 9 of 16 from the floor. Wayne McKinney got his first start of the season and had 17 points for the second consecutive game. He went 4 of 8 from the three-point line. TJ Berger and Bryce Monroe were also big contributors for USD. Berger had a career-high 13 points, while Monroe had 11 points. Next up for USD is Northern Arizona in the Colangelo Classic on Saturday. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Arash Markazi here, inviting you to catch my show, The Arash Markazi Show, on the Mightier 1090. We are on every Monday through Friday from noon to 1 p.m. Pacific time. Join me and producer extraordinaire G. Hay Wiley, where we chop up Los Angeles sports and try not to piss too many people off.
The all-new and Mightier 1090.
Welcome to Team Mazda of El Cajon. Thank you for joining us to make the trip to San Diego's first Mazda retail evolution facility. It takes years and years to put all this together and to make Team Mazda a reality. Unbelievable team here.
Thank you to John and Corinne for the opportunity. It's a privilege and an honor to say that this is the store I get to be the general manager of.
I do want to speak to what I have in my hand here. It is a big, heavy plaque representing the grand opening. So I want to present this to John, say thank you again.
We're very proud of the work that you're doing here. I commend you on your future prosperity. At this point, I want to invite you all outside to hear a drum demonstration.
Let's take it up a notch with Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost, powered by the Mightier 1090 and by Prospect Home Finance.
Today, we proudly held the ribbon cutting ceremony for our new office in La Jolla, California. Here we are in the Merrill Lynch building, right in the middle of the village, and really, really happy to be part of this neighborhood. This is really special to Prospect in that it almost signifies the fact that we've grown up officially. We have survived the past 15 years by being very agile. We come to this one amazing location from 3 separate offices. So it's fantastic having everyone under one roof. This is going to do wonders in terms of streamlining our operations, being able to communicate with someone down the hall as opposed to someone who's several blocks away is going to be terrific. Our CEO, Jason Vondrack, he's a very humble person, but I know this day really, really means a lot to him in that he has led this company for 15 years. And he started this business out of a studio apartment. And look where we are now. That's huge. I think this new space signifies just endless possibilities for Prospects. I mean, we're headquartered in La Jolla, but we do business all around the country. So our goal is to be licensed to offer home financing in all 50 states, and we're well on our way.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost is powered by the Mightier 1090 and by Prospect Home Finance. You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Wilsey Asset Management is an investment advisory firm registered with the SEC. We're a firm that's a fiduciary firm, and we manage $500 million in assets for clients and businesses nationwide. We do better when our clients do better. You want to have a win-win situation. And I saw the same thing with charities. Some of the charities that we're involved in would include Cruise for Kids. Another organization that we really helped a lot was Children's Hospital. And there's also other organizations that we help as well in addition to those.
Kind of growing up and seeing how involved my dad was in the community, it really rubbed me, I'm going to say, in the right way. I did kind of take that one step further, I would say, and actually did start my own charity. It's called the Fighters Fight Foundation. What we do is we actually provide experiences to women that are battling stage 3 or stage 4 breast cancer. Our charity is not just about providing the experiences for women, it's also too on educating people. If you want to get involved in the foundation, you can go to our website, fightersfightfoundation.com.
If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on YourView, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. And visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
The holidays are all about gathering with family and friends, and that's exactly how we're celebrating today.
At a working farm that echoes with the laughter of children and aglow with holiday lights.
Aww.
Today on
Su Vida.